Good morning, everyone. I feel out of it today. I don't want to do anything. It's gloomy out. Looks like it's about to rain. It's everybody leaving the halfway house, coming back and forth. That house is abandoned, but people are using the driveway, and I always see people going in and out of it. I don't know if they're sleeping in there or what. I need to drink some more coffee, man. I made a big ass cup of coffee. It's been tough in this halfway house, man. You're restricted to do anything. You have to have a pass to go anywhere. It's wild. I gotta get out of here. It's been a blessing, but my eyes are all fucked up on the camera. It's been a blessing here, they feed you, which I've been relying on a lot. I like to go and get food and whatnot, but every dollar I get, I've been using it to either buy something I need or put it up, which I don't even have that much money put up. A couple dollars. Doing the greening of Detroit, I turned down a couple jobs actually. The main one I was gonna drive a high-low for $16 an hour. But I wanted to do the greening of Detroit because when you get certifications, OSHA certification, a CPR certification, cutting down tree certification, and I'm certified to cut trees now, which I don't know if I'll really be using that, but I wanted to learn. I wanted to give back to the community in a sense. That's why I took it. And they help people get jobs, But being in that program for 6 weeks, I haven't made any money really. You work 6 weeks and do this program, you get a $600 stipend at the end, but for those whole 6 weeks, it's been tough, real tough. I don't have family I can call and be like, hey, can I borrow a couple dollars or ask them for a ride or anything like that. Nor would I really want to ask them for anything. Thankfully, I've met some good people and there's quite a few good guys in here, females too. If it wasn't for those people, I wouldn't be where I'm at or I wouldn't have certain things, I'm thankful for them. But I gotta start figuring out what I gotta do to start traveling. I haven't decided where I want to stay yet either. Like, I have a feeling I'm gonna stay in Detroit, which it's close to the Detroit River, you got St. Clair Shores, you got all the boat marinas. I can start looking for sailboats and fix them up slowly after I purchase it, But I'm also tired of the cold. I wanna head south where I can thaw out. I'm tired of busting my knuckles in the cold, I work on a lot of cars. I do a lot of car stuff. I built lots of cars, race cars. In my last YouTube channel, I had a Ford Focus prototype. I do 160 in it, man. Car was fast. I think it had 200 in it. Smoked a couple Hellcats, Dodge Viper in that car. Sucks I lost it, and that's where like my family came in. My family could have went and got that car. That I didn't even have to pay for it to get out, like. But my family, it's kind of like tough to talk about, or which I'll open up about that eventually, But my family, they don't get along, you know, they don't. Plus, I don't really want to be around people. They're kind of the reason why I got locked up in the first place. I mean, it's not the main reason, but envy, envy will, envy, jealousy, all of those things. It's pride. It's probably one of your worst downfalls when it comes to life. That monster within, you know, which I struggle with a lot. Thankfully, I've noticed and wanted to change myself, you know, like who I was and where I'm at now are two complete different people. Still kind of the same on the inside, you know, but I don't hate the world like I used to. I used to hate the world. Hate everyone in it because of everything I've seen, everything I've been through. Relationships, all that. I used to isolate myself. Chase women. Get high every day, those type of things. The only thing that mattered to me were cars, sounds, and guns, and just stupid shit, man. All that shit's dumb. I mean, the car part wasn't. I've had some really nice cars over the years. Fixing them up and stuff, you know. I've had my own place, many places. I've had good jobs. I wasn't a complete piece of shit, you know. I'm 35, so I've kind of seen a lot, been through a lot, you know. I've had good times, I've had my bad times. I've always worked. I love working. Gives me a sense of purpose. It's a way to get out and accomplish something, you know, and when you get paid for it, it's even better. But finding a job or work or career that you actually love doing, which from my experience, unless you're like doing something you really enjoy or it's helping people, you're probably gonna burn out. At least that's what I've seen, you know. I've attempted many businesses. I fix electronics. I'm very good at fixing like phones, computers, game systems, and all that. I'm a huge tech freak, which you'll be seeing that a lot on this channel as I acquire devices and stuff and do cool things with them. I'm a big Linux freak. I love open source software, which Linux is actually Android. If people don't, should know. A lot of people don't. Any Android is Linux, which is basically Unix's little brother, which Unix is Apple. Then you have DOS, which I like Microsoft too. Microsoft, they stepped up their game. Microsoft 11, I had a laptop on my last channel. I was doing some programming for devices and whatnot. I'm happy with it, which I'm going to be looking for another laptop eventually. But I'm trying to figure out where I want to go, man. I don't know where I want to go. I don't want to go back to my old neighborhood, really. I do, because I know it. You know, the west side of Detroit, I'm so familiar with it. You know, there's a lot of places I'd like to take people and see. But I also want to push myself out, you know, out of that comfort zone, so to speak. Meet new people, you know, do new things. I want to travel as much as I can, whether that's on foot or backpack while I fix the boat and record, meet people, those type of things. So the place that I'm looking for, it has to be small. I gotta set it up. It's gonna be like my little sanctuary / headquarters in a sense, where I can come back and forth to, and you know, handle stuff, have a vehicle, you know, which I'll have a couple vehicles. You'll see some videos of me working on stuff, wrenching on things. I'm very good at that. I built a few race cars. I've had a few trucks over the years I built. All my stuff always ends up being black or red. All the vehicles I've had are on the black or red. Until recently, I had a Geo Metro I was restoring for my daughter. I was gonna give it to her for her graduation present, but I was gonna turn it into like a. It was gonna be a restoration, but I wanted to do a motor swap on it. Put a little Honda motor in it, turbo motor or something, maybe supercharge it. Make it make it fast, but still good on gas, you know. I was gonna cage it, make it real nice for her, so she can drive to and back from work. I was gonna completely do a different body system, change the headlights out, all that stuff. The car is so tiny and small, and the metal is so thin on that car. I had a hard time welding on it. Ew. I'm not the greatest welder. I was pushing myself to learn though. I'm waiting for this coffee to wake me up, man. Yesterday was brutal. I walked so far with that backpack right here. It's at least 30 pounds in there. Easily 30 pounds on your back, on your shoulders, man. I walked over 30 miles. I know I did. I was thinking about, after I make this video, going to look up on Google Maps like all the streets that I walked and stuff, and tally how far I walked. But I've been walking for so long that I know like how far I walked, you know. Really good at that. I've actually been clocked walking before. Walking down Telegraph one day down an incline. Two officers, I guess they thought I was walking really, really fast, and they they clocked me with their little speedometer thing. They said I was walking 5 miles an hour. It's crazy. They like waved me down to the car and stuff, and told me they'd never seen somebody walk that fast, which I was in a hurry to get somewhere. Trying to get to the dispensary and many other places. Yeah. But I think today's gonna be one of those days, man. I don't have a pass to go anywhere today, so I do tomorrow. I put in a pass to go into church, meet people, those things. Sometimes I don't even go, and I just walk around. I'm a USPO case, so like they have people here for home confinement, which they're still doing their term if they're on home confinement, and they have an ankle bracelet on their leg. So like they have to do like 12-hour passes at their address that they're using and stay there, and then it goes to 36-hour passes and 48-hour passes. Once they complete a 48-hour pass, they can stay at the house, but they're only allowed to stay at the house or like go to and from work, and then they gotta put in passes on their phone and whatnot to do other things, you know. And if you leave, it's considered escape in a sense, because they're still doing their time, they're still serving their sentence, but they're home. It makes no sense to me. The way the feds do things, they gotta change, man. They do. The federal system is terrible. I've been in the state. I've done state time. I've done federal time. The state has their stuff together compared to the feds. Which, when you put that in perspective, that's who runs our country. You know, the feds run the country, and if they're that far behind in that, like, I can only imagine the stuff that's going on, you know. I'll talk about it more eventually, you know. I talk about my past a lot, but I don't dwell on it in a sense. I've learned to look forward in life, you know, dream. Most people, they dwell and wallow in their past, you know, and they never get forward in life. And that's a lot of what people do when they're going through things, you know. And they'll isolate themselves, they'll do drugs, they try to run from it. It can be anything, you know, sexuality, drugs, gambling, the list goes on and on, but Many people are like this, you know. I see it everywhere. Not just where I'm from, you know. I've been other places. I've traveled a lot. So you see this everywhere you go. And that's how you know when people are lost. That's why I think Jesus. I meditate. I do yoga. Meditation does help. It has. It slows my brain down from running all the time, having all those crazy thoughts constantly, which I still do, but it slowed that down a lot. Which I'll show you guys how to meditate, those type of things, what it means to meditate, why you should do it, train your breathing and all that. But after all that yoga meditation, which I got a Buddha tatted on my shoulder, by the way, my heart, I still was suffering, you know. I still had so much hurt here from just my whole past, you know. I fell in love with Jesus. Reading the book, reading that Bible, if you pick it up and you actually open it and read it with a sincere heart, you know, all that pain, that dwelling, that pain that you dwell in, and you don't read it with your opinions or beliefs or something you've heard from someone else or whatever it is, and you're really truly seeking knowledge, you see that the Bible, which is pure testimony, by the way, all the Bible is just a written testimony of what they heard and what they seen by their own eyes and ears, you know. And it's different testaments of people throughout an age. And it's the only book that's ever answered every single question that I've ever had. Like, why are we here? You know, why is the world the way it is? You know, why do we see all this suffering and whatnot? And it answers all of that, you know. But it also mostly the New Testament, mostly what Jesus what he did, you know, and you read it and you reflect on it and you see how everyone's lost, you know, and you see all the stuff that he did, whether he did it or not, right? You still wonder, is that possible? It has to be, right? All the things he did, but I fell in love with him. I did. And when I make decisions, whether it's helping somebody or it's something that I'm about to do, I don't make that decision for myself anymore. You know, here it is here, but I make it for him, you know, like if I know I shouldn't be doing something and stuff, I do it out of the love that I have for my creator, which made a big difference in my life. It did. It helped me become a better human being, more passionate, more open, not so criticizing, you know, and those things, which you do meet a lot of Christians or Christ followers and whatnot, and they do criticize, and that's how everybody feels when they see them or go around them, like, oh, that person thinks they're better than me. But most of those people that follow Jesus, not all of them, but a majority of them, they don't have love for Jesus, a deep-seated relationship where they surrender to him and they talk to him. They're using Jesus as an image to look good. They're wearing it for a mask. And that's what gives Christianity a bad name, I think, you know? I do. And it's not that that person isn't a good person, you know, that person just doesn't understand life yet. They're seeking, you know, they're searching. They want to believe, you know, they want to be a better person, but they're not going about it the right way, you know. In church, you're going to see a lot of corruption, you know. People don't go to church because they're happy, you know what I mean, all the time, you know? Like people that are really truly suffering, they end up in that church and they got a lot of issues, you know? So they bring their whole life to the church, you know? That's you see that a lot too. I think church needs a change. The church is in here, you know? You're the church. Fellowshipping with people. That's what's most important. It's not going to go glorify Jesus. That's not the single purpose. The single purpose is to meet other people and help them up, you know? And that's what rock bottom wisdom is all about, is helping people. Trying to find a good life, a balance in life, you know? Chasing your dreams, seeking what it is that you should be doing, you know? I love if people comment and talk about life and things they're going through, you know, and maybe y'all can help me. Give me ideas of where I should go or places I should see. Maybe you know somebody that has a place for rent or needs some work done as I travel along, and you can tell me, and I'd be more than willing to go help somebody clean up their house or, you know, whatever that might be, whatever they need done, you know, and I get something from it, even if it's just a place to sleep on their couch for the night as I travel. I'll be going, not just sailing, you know. Before I get the sailboat, I'm going to be traveling a lot. I'm going to be backpacking a lot, riding my bike a lot. I'm going to be going from city to city. You're not going to be seeing these cities like from a car point of view. You're going to be on the street with me, meeting people through the woods. Everywhere I go, as much as I can, I'm going to be recording as much as I can. So you're going to see that, you know, you're going to see the back roads and all the crazy things that happen in those dark roads. I got some flashbacks of some crazy shit that I've seen a lot, man. And I know I'm not the only person that has seen a lot. And those are the type of people I want to meet. I want to meet those people that have seen crazy things and want to talk about them, share about them, you know? People that are on the street and all the way to, you know, famous people. We all have a story. And I want to share that story with everybody. I hope you all have a good day. I'm taking the day off. I gotta recoup from yesterday. I'm gonna be making some plans. I'm writing them down, things I gotta, you know, accomplish and stuff. Not do, which I'll be sharing with everyone. Kinda how to get your life back on track, you know, as I figure it out. I know there's a lot of people out there that are struggling. And I want to help you, so me helping you will help me. It gives me a sense of purpose. But I'm gonna get going. Y'all have a great day.